What is up, everyone? Welcome to a special edition of Live with Chasin McGrath. As you can see, I've got two gentlemen with me, part of the fastest rising tag team in the world. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Oh, I like that. The
Yeah,
world. Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm
Bang.
just go ahead and throw it out there, get it over with. I've got Hunter Knott, Rosario Grillo, or if you want to call a hot shot, Hunter Knott,
Thank
and
you.
Jay Grillo. What is up, guys?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. Got off work and try to enjoy the weekend a little bit.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Heck
that's what TSF's trying to do, man.
Absolutely,
Just trying to enjoy these summer Fridays. You get it.
TSF, you
You
understand.
get it. TSF.
yeah. As you know, in North Carolina, the weather in the summer gets about hotter than the devil's coffee, but we make it work.
Yeah,
Two boys from up from the Northeast, not used to these type of summers.
not at all.
Yeah, and speaking of, you guys were just down here in my neck of the woods last weekend.
Yeah,
We were.
we were there for the Nightmare Factory live show. We were in the main event.
Hey, is that anything new?
No, I mean
Us in the main
TSF
event?
in the main event. I mean, what are you doing?
I mean, it has to be the main event.
Exactly.
What are we doing? We were alongside our good friend and honorary member for the night, Hayden Backlund, managed by the Silver Fox, and we took on Tyler X, Jacob Thrasher, Bama, whatever the hell he's going by now, and that crazy Dr. Luther guy. God, he's a crazy guy.
Weird guy.
I can't believe they put these stars in the main event with that psycho.
Yeah, yeah, and there's two guys or two people that I've done interviews with ALW that are just like psychotic and demonic, and so is he. So I don't know what they've got going on over there, but they're breeding something.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're scared for our life. I mean, he's just a kid, just a boy.
Just turned 21, you know?
Yeah, Jesus.
Just a kid trying to live his dream, and they're just trying to end it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I mean, no one's gonna end TSF. I mean, come on.
We're here for a while.
How long has it been? 10 months we've been training, and we've already reached so many different heights that some people just can't.
Yeah, and I the fastest growing tag team. I mean,
He gets it.
You know what?
He
Hey,
gets it.
hey, where is it? Where we at? You get it.
Yep, there it is.
it's hard not to get it. I mean, it's just you guys are putting it out there. It just depends on if people pick it up, and if they don't pick it up, that's not on you.
Yeah, that's their fault.
Yeah, that's on them. They need to be picking up what we're putting down, like it's a gym.
We've got a comment already.
All right.
Ronnie says, "What's up?"
Oh, how's
What's
it going,
up, Ronnie?
So when you guys were in North Carolina, was that your first time ever being here, or you've been here before?
No, so that was our third time.
In
I
North
think it was our
Carolina,
third
yes.
time. We did a show, Ducks Fly Together. It was a charity show. We were in the
Nice.
Battle Royal for that. And then we did the first Nightmare Factory show there where we faced Southeast SWAT Team for the tag titles.
And then after that, we did AEW Dark Elevation.
No, I don't know if you ever heard
North
of
Carolina.
it. Yeah,
I think so. I think you guys were just on AEW Dark. Was it just like 4 days ago, 3 days ago? Now?
Yeah,
who's counting?
last
Though,
week.
I mean, when we were on, there was TSF and Wardlow, Spears. We beat them. Don't look it up. You don't have to go.
Yeah, don't bother.
We were against that stupid factory, TSF versus that stupid factory.
Was going to be one of the questions I was going to ask. Is the whole time you guys were there, Friday night at the Lucha Dome, I was like TSF. I'm like looking at your shirts, like looking at you guys, looking at your gimmick and everything, and I was trying to figure it out. And when I scanned your badass business card, because that's just genius, with the QR code, I stumbled on something and I saw the stupid factory. So I was gonna ask if that was what it was or if that was what TSF stood for.
So here's the thing: people are always asking, "Hey Rosario, hey Hunter, what's TSF?"
If you know, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, is it two sexy fellas? I mean, like that's what we
That's
are.
probably what it
Is that what it means? Who knows? But like, it could mean that we know what it means.
Two smart friends. There's another one for you.
What was that? Robin Renegade? I'm sorry, I've never heard of.
Boo,
Yeah, the hate mail coming in already.
Renegade. Have you ever heard of that?
I don't remember the name.
Renegade.
No.
We
Never heard of them.
Yeah, sorry about that. Robin. Got it. Well, we'll take a look at you. I think we're supposed to remember the name Renegade, but I really don't.
Yeah.
It seems like if we're 5 minutes into this and you guys already get hate mail, I think you're doing something right.
Yeah, I mean, TSF's always doing something.
Did we ever
right.
miss?
Yeah, I mean, just hey, we're the standard factor, like here's the standard. Like we should be above it.
Yeah. See, Ronnie gets it.
Ronnie, big fan of Ronnie. If you know, you know. Thank you, Ronnie. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
In all seriousness, though, the Renegade Twins, they're also another big rising tag team. So make sure you give them.
They've been on AEW as well. They're killing it in Mission Pro. They're actually on their way with Cat Spencer to CCW.
Nice.
Yeah, Coastal Championship Wrestling, I believe. It's an all-women's promotion. It's a new promotion. You guys should check them out. Instagram, Twitter. Follow them. Follow the Renegades. Follow Cat. They're pretty scary.
But most importantly,
they might be able to beat TSF.
Follow TSF.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, follow TSF. Like, if that's like the last and only thing you ever do that's productive in society, that should be what you do.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Listen, I know you're from North Carolina, and I can see right behind you, you got the Carolina Panthers football. How does it feel to have, I'm from New York. I'm a diehard Jets fan. How does it feel to take our trash quarterback, our leftovers? We just gave you away for next to nothing because we knew have fun in North Carolina. He's not going to do great.
Yeah, it's the whole he doesn't have weapons thing, and now he does have weapons, and
he already had Robbie Anderson in New York. We did nothing.
I'm not sold. I'm not sold. I'll be the first to tell you, not sold.
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be either.
Hey. I feel like we're getting off topic.
Sorry,
this is about TSF.
It's football season.
But this is about TSF.
It's the season of
about TSF.
Yeah, the season of football.
I get it.
TSF, this season of football. Okay. You're right. I'm sorry. Off track. Let's get back on track. Fastest rising tag team. You get it.
Yep.
Yeah, and you were mentioning, the other tag team that they were on AEW and that they're rising, but they're not the fastest rising.
No, they're not. No. Who is within 10 months? We started training September 21st. 2020, and then we made it to AEW after we took our first booking in March, and then made it to AEW 3 months after that.
I believe so.
Come on.
And when I watched you guys on, AEW Dark this past week, and you guys were on there with Camarado, and I think the dude's on steroids. That I don't think that win should have really counted.
He's on a solid meal plan. Yeah. Big meal plan guy. He picked me up like a toddler.
Yeah.
Just effortless.
Yeah. I flew them. I was up there for like 12 minutes.
And then just threw me effortlessly onto him. We thought we were ready for him. We weren't.
Yeah, I was a little tired. We had just driven in that day.
We were very tired.
Yeah, we were a little tired. Yeah.
To be fair.
We were just too sleepy.
And going back to North Carolina, that North Carolina humidity will get you. It'll knock you down.
Every time. We just, like I said, two sleepy fellas. We weren't, we weren't ready. Maybe next time we get them. Muffin Head 1204 best tag team. He gets it. Mm-hmm. Look at that. He's already got the TSF shirt on too.
Oh yeah,
better.
He understands.
The TSF shirts that you can get at prowrestlingtees.com/tag TSF. And if I'm not mistaken, promo code summertime.
Yeah, you get
20% off.
20%.
20%.
They're just giving them away.
Just giving them away.
Yeah,
just
you can get this beautiful one. You can get this in a tank top or t-shirt, long sleeve shirt.
However you like it.
Yeah.
However you like it.
It's like Burger King. Have it your way.
I would go with a t-shirt because I'm not built like you guys. I don't have anything to show off.
Oh, you're so modest. You're so modest. I mean, listen, it's tough being two strong fellas, but you get it.
Two strong fellas. I see exactly what you did there.
There you go. It's endless. The possibilities are endless.
The Nightmare Factory. Let's talk about that because I think it's a bigger deal than what most people know or realize.
Yeah, so I'm forever grateful for Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall.
Absolutely, we owe them everything.
Literally everything. I had never done any training prior to that.
Both of us.
Yeah.
We came in there very, very
greener than
knew
grass.
Nothing.
And like, it's no understatement that it very well may be the best school, not only in the country but in the world.
Yeah.
The hands-on training you get there is unbelievable. Like we joke about 10 months in, we've already been on AEW, Mucha Lucha, Lariato Pro Wrestling, all the things we've done. We wouldn't be able to do.
We owe that all to them.
Yeah, and people like to think that him and I were best friends prior to the Nightmare Factory, and like because the chemistry we have is off the charts. We weren't. We met day 2 of the factory.
Yep.
Just kind of hit it off. And a couple weeks in, he was like, "Hey, my Airbnb is up. Can I stay at your place?" I had an apartment at the time, and we ended up being roommates for a few months. And then come the showcase, they were like, "Hey, I think we're gonna make you guys a tag team." And we were like, "That's all we've ever wanted.
Yeah, we're ready."
Why wouldn't you put us together? People think we look like brothers. Like one of our friends at school, we've known him since September. A month ago, was like, "It's so crazy, like y'all are brothers," and we're like,
"Hey, we're not."
What? He's like, "Yeah, we're related," and we're like, "Hey, no, we're not."
Yeah. I could definitely tell that chemistry was there. From watching you guys Friday night, it was just like not taking away from anything that anybody did, before you guys, came out in the main event. But you guys brought the house down. You had the crowd just like in the palm of your hand, and everything you did or said, they were reacting to it, and it was magical. It really was.
If you buy a ticket, TSF is going to make sure you get your money's worth.
Oh, every single time.
They may be those stupid fans.
Yeah,
but hey,
but they get it.
They get it.
They will get it.
They will.
The age-old saying will sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge of it.
Exactly. You may not even need the edge because you just be on your feet applauding because, love us or hate us, you're going to cheer. We're so damn good.
Yeah.
So damn good.
But like you said, back to the factory, it's, if you want to wrestle, find a way there.
That's the place to be.
That is the place to be. There, the coaches, like I said, QT Marshall, Cody Rhodes, and then just a lot of other coaches. So Glacier, WCW legend. He is one of our coaches. We've learned so much from him. And then during our camp, we were fortunate enough to have other coaches such as Alan Angels, Preston Vance, Lee Johnson,
Baron Black.
Baron Black, Aaron Solo. Just an unbelievable amount of hands-on training for them. And we're forever grateful to all of those people. And we would definitely not be here if it wasn't for them.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that you said that you guys had no prior training going into it, and to start in September and to be where you are now, I think that that speaks volumes about what they're doing there, and they have a mission and they're just nailing it, one student at a time.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people from the school go through there, from our class, especially class 1, the best class. Brooke Havoc. She was the first person from our class to make it up there.
Carly Bravo.
Followed by Carly Bravo. Oh, yes, you're right. Sorry, Robin. Can't forget about Luke. He's been very helpful to us.
Yes.
Since we've come back and being a part of the night class. We were just talking about the 12-week camp in that time. But yeah, Carly Bravo, Dean Alexander. And then from other classes, too, you have people like Julia Hart, who's been killing it. Angelica Risk. Dylan McQueen, JDX. And then there's other people from the night class who's also made it up there, and they've had great opportunities like Darian Bankston, and just an endless amount of people who had no training prior to the Nightmare Factory who were able to make it there. The Renegade Twins, as we had mentioned, they've been on there, and it's there's a reason we're there, and it's because of the training we've had and the atmosphere they build there too. Is obviously in sports like football and baseball and basketball, it's a team sport. You're only as strong as the next person. In wrestling, minus tag team wrestling, it's an individual sport. So, if person A makes it, person B is, they're right there trying to make it next to them. But that place is a family. Literally became my brother. I met my girlfriend at the factory. Our other roommate, Dean Alexander, met him at the factory. Kat Spencer, who I was mentioning before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dean Alexander. like I mentioned Allen Angels before, one of my great friends, the Renegade Twins. They're family to us too. It's a great environment.
I guess when you sign up for the Nightmare Factory, is it like a 12-week thing where it's just like you kind of do everything they say for 12 weeks or 16 weeks or whatever, kind of, I guess, like that kind of take on it?
Yeah. So I got
this one. So basically, when we signed up, from the beginning, it's just, hey, we're going to start with how to lock up. So that's obviously the most important thing in wrestling, because that's exactly how you start, with a lockup. So they start it from the basics and they take it all the way up to, what are we doing now? Like freaking powerbomb into each other. You know what I mean?
Our third day of practice, Cody Rhodes superplexed him off the top rope.
The top. So that's how they take you things. They're going to show you exactly how to do things. Yeah. Like I said, going back earlier, we have the best trainers in the world. They will take you, they will hold your hand and guide you through every single thing to get you to where you need to be.
And it's not even the best trainers, especially for wrestling. So when we started, it's kind of similar now. You would start the day with 3 hours of strength and conditioning led by Ian, who, I mean, TSF built by Ian. Like, look at these guns. I mean, that's why I'm wearing tank tops. Like, my arms
look at that.
What are we doing? Two strong fellas,
So that was probably the biggest part, because it was just conditioning. It was a lot of lifting, but it was a lot of cardio to get you conditioned.
And also, before we joined the camp, how much did you weigh?
215.
215. I was 250 pounds before we started that camp as well.
I was 165 by the end.
Yeah, they get you. I was 188. They get you to where you need to be.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like quick, fast, and in a hurry too.
yeah. And I praise that school so much. It's given me family. It's given me my dream since December 6th, 2001, the first time I ever watched wrestling.
By the way, I was 1 year old then.
We don't need to bring that up. But it's like right now we're doing this interview in front of an All In poster. Like, I was at All In, had it signed by everyone there. Like, it's being in wrestling has been my dream my entire life. Probably almost as long as Hunter's been alive.
Yeah, and that just leads into like another question that I had, that just leads right into it, was like wrestling always like it, or was it just like one day it just kind of was like, let me give this a shot and see what happens?
You go first.
So wrestling for me, I was into wrestling. I started getting into it about 2009, whenever Legacy was a thing, funny enough. And like John Cena had his run with the Nexus. Actually, whenever that happened, I remember myself as a little 11-year-old boy crying whenever he got fired.
And became Juan Cena for a week.
Yeah. So, I was very upset that's when I got into wrestling. I fell out of it for a little bit. I got into football. I was a big football guy in high school. And then I actually picked it back up probably about 2-3 years ago. Started watching it again, got more into it. And at this time last year, actually, I was thinking about getting into wrestling, and I didn't know where to start. So there was a school actually out in Colorado called Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling. And I flew out, had a tryout there. That's where I was set to go. And then I saw Cody post something about the Nightmare Factory. So I was like, you know what? I'll try it. I'll give it a shot, see if I get in. Went on Twitter, filled it out and everything. Got a call from QT saying I was in. And I was like, well, I guess we're starting this journey now. And obviously very blessed to the point that it's brought me to today. So many blessings, so many opportunities. Like we said, we owe it all to them.
Yeah, and mine's kind of similar as well. So being much older than Hunter, I started watching wrestling December 6, 2001. People always like, you remember the first day? Like, the reason I remember is because it was a very unorthodox thing. I was flipping through the channels. I was 7 at the time. Again, you were 1, and I hate that you brought that up.
I was in diapers.
I was flipping through the channels, and are we allowed to swear on this? Can I say the A word?
Do your thing, man.
Okay. Remember when Vince did the Kiss My Ass Club? When Vince did the Kiss My Ass Club? Do you remember that from WWE? He would make people kiss his behind.
Yes.
The segment was Rock and Vince were in the ring doing that, and The Rock was going to make Vince do it to someone, and he brought out like Trish and Stacy Keibler and JR, and then eventually Rikishi came out, and he shoved Vince's head up Rikishi's behind. That was the first thing I ever saw in wrestling, and I was like, I kind of like this.
That's what made you get into it?
That's what made me get into it. And I have a rock tattoo on my leg actually because of him. I have the Project Rock logo. Please sponsor TSF. I own all of your gear. I'm bankrupt because of you guys on my right calf. And that's when I started. And similar to Hunter, we probably fell out around the same time. It just got very boring.
Honestly, when AEW started becoming a thing, like when they had that press conference in Jacksonville and everything, that's when I got back into wrestling. That's what made me really like, oh, yeah, there's other things outside of WWE.
And funny enough, when I had stopped watching for a little bit when Punk left, because two of my favorite wrestlers of all time are Eddie Guerrero and Punk. And when Punk left, I was like, I don't really care anymore. Like, he's all I cared about. And then when Cody left, I was a huge Cody fan. And I was like, oh, there's wrestling outside of WWE. So I discovered New Japan and Ring of Honor, and I started to go to indie shows. And because of Cody, I got back into wrestling. And I've never told him this. I don't know if he'll ever see this one day or if I'll ever tell him, but he's the only reason I got back into wrestling again. And I went to All In, and I went to indie shows. And I had been off social media for a while. I had, a bad go in December 2019. I got off social media. Then the pandemic hit, and I still wasn't on it. The only thing I had was Reddit. And I happened to be on there one day, and I saw someone post about Cody opening up the Nightmare Factory. And I clicked it, and I was like, I should apply. I really don't have anything going because, no one was working at the time. And like I said, it was the pandemic, and all I had been doing is working out in my garage. And I was like, no, I'm not going to get in. Surely other people are going to get in. So I was like, you know what? I'll just apply. And, I think 2 weeks went by, and I was like, oh, I guess I won't get the call. And this is a weird sentence. I was making TikToks at the time, and I went to show my sister one, and I got a call from a New Jersey number, and I kind of recognized it, and I picked it up, and it was QT Marshall, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in. And he's like, hey, if you want to talk to your family, give me a call back in a week. And I was like, no, I'm in. Sure you want to think about it? I was like, no, I'm coming. I'll be there. Don't worry about it. I'll see you in a month.
And was that the same way with you, Hunter, where you just I'm there, don't worry about it?
Yeah, so actually, how he was making TikToks, I actually was in the shower. I got out of it, and I got a call from some random New Jersey number. I was like, oh, what's this? And then he actually left a voicemail, and I was like, oh, I actually got in. So I was like, yep, automatically moving to Atlanta. Boom, it's happening. I wasn't fortunate enough throughout life, not really too wealthy. So college was kind of iffy for me. My mom made sure that, to the best of her ability, that I always was successful. Great woman. But wrestling's just like, hey, let's make it happen. I had a really good feeling that it can happen, and now we see where we are today. So,
and I always tell him, hey, I have a degree. Yeah. We're in the same spot, so it doesn't really matter, Just a piece of paper right now. Yep. $100,000 later, and we're in the same spot.
Yep.
Shout out Willie P.
And as far as doing something as huge as being on AEW, how does that different from doing the independent shows where there might only be 50 to 100 people there? Is it something that you have to kind of brace yourself for, performing in front of a certain number of fans, or
So funny enough, it's actually more nerve-wracking working in front of less people than more people.
Yep. Really?
Yes, because you can hear people audibly whenever you're working then. So when we're in there wrestling, you can hear people and what they're saying. But 2 weeks ago when we had our debut on Elevation in North Carolina,
I was nervous for this.
Oh, just we were extremely nervous. Not just a little. We were extremely nervous, but we got out there and we were like, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. Because there's people, obviously, and there's a lot of people, but you only really see the people in the front row. And that's what we're used to, honestly, because we just got into the independent scene. So we're going to these shows that have maybe 20 to 30 people. So, and we're making a name for ourselves, and we're making sure we get the crowd involved. But then we go there and see all these people, but we really can't interact with them.
Yep.
So we just hear kind of background noise and stuff like that. So we're like, okay, let's do our thing and we'll get it done.
Yeah, completely word for word. We share one brain. That's exactly what I was going to say. And it's almost like, well, if you're working a big crowd, if you can get 10 people excited, you get 10,000 people excited because they'll just cheer because other people are cheering. But the smaller shows are so nerve-wracking. We worked Lariato Pro, which is Doc Gallows' promotion, and it was a tryout match essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrestled our roommate Dean Alexander, and he was my manager.
Yeah,
and
he freaking kicked me.
I super kicked his head back to
Piece
PA.
of, I'm gonna say it, shit.
But it was nerve-wracking because no one had seen us before.
Mm-hmm.
It was a completely new crowd. Like, granted, I was wrestling my best friend, so like that was the comfortability factor. But walking out and it's just silence because they don't know who you are is the worst thing in the world. And that's what that was. It was two unknown wrestlers. So the crowd was just like, yeah. And then by the end of it, they got into it because we're consummated professionals. We know how to do it. We're over like Rover. But yeah, it's weird. Like, you would assume like, 7,000 people staring at me. That's so nerve-wracking. But it's like, hey, no, it's the 15 people and their dog front row who are heckling you, and you can audibly hear grandma screaming at you. That's nerve-wracking. Like at the North Carolina show.
There's always one grandma too. There's always one.
The meanest lady you'll ever meet.
The redhead in the front row. She's so mean to TSF. So mean to
Hates us.
Yeah, we're just two nice guys.
Two sexy friends.
Just don't say the nicest. And the nicest.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get like a TSF counter and see how many you guys come up with.
You'll break the button.
Keep going and going.
You'll break the button.
But funny enough about that redheaded lady, she's there every time the ALW has an event, whether it's
I know. It's not the first interaction with her. She was very mean. There's a picture from the first time we went there of us just knocked out on the floor, and she's just in our face screaming. We're just trying to do. We just got a job to do.
Doing our thing.
Yeah. It's just like unbelievable.
If you guys were like unconscious, like she should have been like trying to like save you or something.
Right?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was the night after you guys were there. There's a guy that wrestled for ALW, Malachi.
Yeah,
and they were they were the main event, and him and Oliver Sawyer had a banger, and they were out in the crowd. Like, there's no rows at this point from what they were doing, and I don't know exactly what happened, but apparently she took a swing at him or legitimately tried to hit him or something like that. And
lady,
we were
fans.
Me and my wife were on the other, she's over here and we're over there. So I don't know what happened, but they were talking about it afterwards. But apparently she tried to get a shot in, and I'm just like,
oh no.
There's always that one.
No, listen. No, you can't trust these stupid fans.
Yeah.
TSF. That's another one.
You get it.
Oh my gosh.
And it goes on for days.
Yeah. So what do you guys have coming up?
So we have a few things coming up. Next weekend, we have GPW. It was a show that we used to run in Georgia that got canceled because of the pandemic. It was shut down, and this is going to be our first show back.
Yep.
So it's in Jasper, Georgia, next Saturday, the 14th.
Yep. The following week, we actually have a promotion. It's called AWE, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. They're starting back up again. They were down a little bit because of the pandemic and everything, but this is their first show back in a while. So we'll be there. It's actually during the Southern Fried Gaming Convention as well. So we'll go there, do our thing. You know how we are. Get them going. And then the week after, we have...
I don't think we can talk about that one yet. Oh, right? Can we not talk about that one yet?
No. We got something in store.
Yeah, we got something in store. And also, we can't forget the first promotion who actually gave us our start and who, we're just bona fide stars at.
Yeah.
Platinum Championship Wrestling, PCW, ran by Matt Hankins in Covington, Georgia. It's one of those, smaller indie promotions, but everyone on the card is great. The fans are great because they love TSF. So, like,
who wouldn't love TSF?
But we're very thankful for that promotion. Like I said, they gave us our first ever indie match. Our first ever indie debut was there. We've had some pretty fun times there.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna say? As far as like stuff you guys have coming up, it would probably be a good idea for people to follow you on Twitter.
I think it's a great idea to follow us on Twitter.
What's your handle on Twitter?
So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. While we're at it, same thing at JGrillo23.
And same for me. It's very simple. It's at HKnott12, KNOTT.
Yeah, because I would take it that you guys have something coming up that's pretty amazing, and then if people want to go see you guys and see you outshine everybody else, that's how they can keep up with your events.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And like, why wouldn't you want to come to a show and get an autograph from TSF?
Yeah, who wouldn't want that?
Hey, tell them how much they are.
An autograph from TSF.
An autograph from TSF.
An autograph from TSF. You can get an 8x10 with our 2 sexy faces on them for $10. $10, and that's 2 autographs.
That's 5 per. That's like buy one get one $5.
Basically,
if you buy Hunter's autograph, you get mine for free.
Yeah,
and then while you're at the
vice
booth,
versa,
you can take a picture with TSF
for free.
You can go down to your local Walmart or whatever your jabronis go to, get a nice frame, hang it over your mantle.
Yep.
And then
right above your bed.
Yeah, I mean next to your bed. We don't judge. Yeah.
And are you guys just so we can clear it up? If they want to put it on their ceiling for when they lay down,
yeah, they probably have frames for that too.
That's probably the best. Like our faces are the best to fall asleep to.
Yeah, and then while you're sleeping, you can fall asleep in a nice, comfortable TSF shirt.
Yep.
That we will have with us at shows, or again available www.prowrestlingtees.com/tag
TSF. We're just trying to help out those sleepy fans.
Yeah, those sleepy fans just need just some.
And you can't forget the 20% off. A 20% off a shirt.
How could we forget?
I mean,
what's the promo code again?
Summertime. That's all caps. Summertime.
And there's 3 TSF shirts. You can wear. You wear one on Monday. Wear one on Tuesday.
Either this one. Oh, get in the camera.
Yeah.
What does TSF mean?
Yeah. What does it mean?
Or
death. The only guarantees in life: death, taxes, TSF.
Or the other one, just our 2 beautiful faces.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want this?
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that if someone were to get the idea to break into somebody's house and they saw a person sleeping in those shirts with that picture's up there, they're just going to turn around and leave. I mean, there's no chance. They're just going to be like, oh, man, I really messed up here. Let me leave before they wake up.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you know what? I think he gets it.
He does. He definitely does. You're definitely in with TSF.
I definitely, I am from North Carolina, but I'm not just another pretty face. And I do have a little bit of common sense, so I catch on to things. And I know something good when I see it, and something, just wonderful, kind of like the seventh wonder. You're not going to see it all the time.
God, this guy's so nice. This compliments. I mean, stop, but keep them coming.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, he gets it. And speaking of getting it, you can get subscribed to the Wrestle House vlog over at YouTube.
That's a whole nother topic.
That was literally going to be what I brought up next.
There you go. Hey, one brain, you're with us.
See?
You're with us.
Even she knows I get it.
Yeah.
Also, before we get into the Wrestle House stuff, make sure you check out Chasin the Graph on YouTube. He's going to be doing these live things every week. Or
not just YouTube, Twitter as well. That's how we contact everything. That's how we're going to promote everything. It's a great Twitter follow. More Twitter follows than TSF, but not yet.
Yeah,
but not yet.
We'll get there.
So all of you, the social media fans, go follow him. TSF. That's another one.
I appreciate that, and it's definitely some of the most useless, just non-important tweets you'll ever see in your life. But I appreciate it.
Not when it's pertained to TSF. Yeah, those tweets.
You automatically made it important by having us here. You know.
There you go.
And that was the goal. That was the goal. I was like, I haven't tweeted anything important in like 6 months, and I got to get something important in there. And what not better way than TSF?
Yeah, those social media fans are really gonna love seeing these stunning faces on their social feeds.
Mm-hmm.
That was 3-1.
That was. I'm very impressed with that one.
That was
not
tough.
gonna lie, I'm hiding it right now, but I'm very impressed.
There you go.
I saw it go right by. Let's talk about Wrestle House. I've looked at them all, and I tell you what, I love them, and I'll tell you why I love them, because they're around 10 to 15 minutes long, and I love that, because I hate when people try to pull a Joe Rogan and have like a 4-hour like podcast or something like that, because it kind of works, but at the same time, in the online content world, less is more. And I can sit there and watch the whole thing and just soak it all in. And I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we wanted to do, just something short. We've been talking, we all moved into this house. So we finished the camp in December. We got called back in January. So like I said, it's TSF, Kat Spencer, Dean Alexander. And, we had started going to shows, and, whether we're going to Lake Lanier to hang out, or we're going to Battery, or we're just going to someone's house, we're like, we need to start like vlogging our adventures. Like we always have these funny jokes and these funny things that we do. And we're like, we need to get this on camera, because every time we hang out with someone, they're like, you guys are hysterical. You should do something like that. And so, we're trying to stream on Twitch. That was an adventure for the first time.
It'll get there. We'll become better with that.
Just like just like episode 1, we'll get better. We promise. But yeah, it's just, as we're starting to go on, everything's starting to open up more and we're traveling more. We were like, let's not only for people to enjoy, but also for us. Like, we can go back in a few years and look at these vlogs and be like, look, like we were going to just these shows and now look where we are. And like, look how young we were. Look what we were doing. Shut up. I know you're young. All right, brother. 3 of us are not that young, okay? Our windows are closing.
Like crisis, I'm sorry.
Hunter's going to be gone for like 15 years after I'm retired. But yeah, people had called us Wrestle House, and we were like, we kind of like that. Like, yeah, we're Wrestle House. So we had someone design a logo for us, and then here we are. We just released episode 4, and I think the best part about it is like all the random cameos.
Yeah,
from people. Yeah. So like Alan Angels,
the
5 Dark Order, AC Mac, Robin and Charlotte, the Renegade Twins. Yep. Obviously, all the people that we live with, Dean and Kat.
Hayden Backlund.
Ashley Dembois will be on the next week's episode. You can see her on AEW as well. She's an unbelievably fast rising woman star who's going to be in CCW as well. She's been doing a lot of stuff up north. You guys should definitely check her out. She'll be in the vlog. We'll put her over, I guess. That's all TSF does.
I guess.
Puts everyone over, It's hard being this over, but you get it.
Yeah, and I think that the Wrestle House is such a good idea because, as a fan of wrestling and everything, obviously you guys are on the road a lot. The professionals are on the road a lot. Some 300. Yeah, and just that little, even 10, 15 minutes of just kind of like, a highlight of where you were, what you did, and how you did it. I think it's a groundbreaking idea, really. I don't know if there's anybody else doing it, but I think you guys are on something, and I think it's really gonna take off.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier because it's 4 of us promoting it essentially, so it's 4 different social media followings into it. I can't one person doing it. I can't imagine how hard that would be, but being able to promote it through essentially 8 platforms.
Yeah, and that's a couple different platforms per Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, you name it.
Oh, so I guess even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it makes that a lot easier. And, half the stuff Kat, she's the one who, we're not the best at recording. She's the one who always makes sure to record. Like, she's heading up CCW right now. She's already sent us like 6 videos. Yeah. We've been together all day and we've shot 1. Yeah. It's just, we're very forgetful. So she's basically the runner of the vlog. And I mean, I think every funny thing we've done is because of Hunter. Hunter comes up with these funny skits for himself that like make him like look like the child, but they're the funniest parts about the vlog.
Yeah, I try.
He still
because I think it was Hunter that tripped over some chairs just walking through the loop.
They'll sneak up on you.
Come out of nowhere.
They happen.
Yeah.
Just trying to sell some merch, our 2 beautiful faces. That chair sneaks up out of nowhere, boom.
And I kind of thought maybe it was like your arms are so big, you might have kind of.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, we're both.
Look, get in there, bud.
See that?
Get in. Look at this.
Oh,
hey, right here. Look. Put this one up. Where'd my head go?
Oh,
there it is.
Oh, boom.
Got jacked.
Wait. Talking about that. Look. Where'd my head go?
Stop. It's about you right now.
Yeah. Hey, when growing up watching Hulk Hogan and those 22-inch pythons, he's got nothing on you guys. Like,
thank you.
26? It's like 26 now? You might be 23. Oh.
Do you? I know that the independent scene is a big part of it. And when you guys were in the Nightmare Factory, do they go over that as far as like, I guess like the management side of it, as far as like handling your bookings and where you go and how you do it, or is that kind of left up to you to kind of figure that out, I guess.
You want to take this?
Yeah. So they have talked about it because obviously you have to start at the Indies. Indies is where you make your name for yourself. We're actually trying to go all over the United States. Like we're basically in the Southeast right now, but we're trying to go back up. We're from the Northeast, from the tri-state area, the best area you could be from. So we're trying to go there, work back home, PA, New York, all those territories up there, Jersey, of course. Just anywhere we can go and work. They really emphasize that. Like, just go out there and make a name for yourself is the biggest thing that you can do. Like, they've ingrained that in our heads so much throughout that 12-week camp. Go out there, make a name for yourself. They'll have our backs if we need to have them to have our backs. And just do your thing is the biggest thing that they told us. Like, be yourselves.
And then, I mean, TSF is nothing short of just being us.
Yeah.
Like,
this is how we are.
Yeah, this is what we are. We're just two nice guys.
The nicest.
Yeah, just and like he said, like they'll prepare you in any sort of way. Like they'll direct you where to go. They'll like if you have a promotion, they'll go, hey, just go. Like just go. Even if you're not booked, they'll just hey, go show up, meet them, introduce yourself. Glacier helped us. One thing he always told us to do is build a resume. Like not only just a paper resume, but have a binder with your 8x10s, with like a flash drive of your matches, your resume of everywhere you've worked, who you're trained by, seminars, and then have extras so you can give them copies. Because that's not something people have nowadays.
Yes.
Where all technology is just email, Twitter, Instagram. Like putting a physical copy in someone's hand could be the difference of like, yeah, I guess we'll get on the show, or then other than you know what? Yeah, you'll start the show or you'll main event the show. So they literally teach you everything in 12 weeks, and you think like, oh, there's no way you want everything in 12 weeks. With them,
they make it happen.
Yeah,
I think that's a fantastic thing you touched on there because because that's all we see. So I think people just think it's like you show up on Wednesday night, practice a little bit, go home, eat, and then you maybe have a show Friday night, and then maybe practice on Sunday, but there's just so much more to it as far as like the business side of it that I don't think a lot of people do understand that, it's you've got to put yourselves out there, and you can't just, wait for people to come to you because I don't see that happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Like the week we were in North Carolina, it was Monday, Tuesday, practice from 7 to 10:30, 11. Wednesday up to AEW, drive back Wednesday night, get home at 4 a.m, go to practice on Thursday, drive back to North Carolina on Saturday, drove to Alabama drive to North Carolina Friday, get back late Saturday morning, drive to Alabama the next day, which is 5 hours away. Not even to be on the show, just meet the promoter, watch the show, drive back 5 hours, and then back to practice again next week.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I think people I think people think it's just driving to the show and then driving back home. But there's so much more to it than that. And that was kind of the picture I wanted to paint, is just how much really goes into it. And, people say, it's scripted, it's fake to a certain extent and all this other stuff, but there's so much more that goes on behind, professional wrestling in the indies or, big time television stuff that is literally wearing on you. Some people it wears on faster, some people it doesn't, but I think that's a really good thing that you both touched on to kind of paint that picture, that it's just more to it than just showing up, taking a bump or two, and then, potentially getting a check, not getting a check. And
I'll tell you for sure, it's definitely not fake.
Yeah, I was going to say, right now I'm sitting here with a broken middle finger, a broken big toe, and a bad neck.
I got a broken toe, 2 messed up shoulders. My arm can barely get extended all the way over here. Messed up right elbow.
I messed up my left elbow. You got knocked out cold the other night.
Definitely not fake. We'll promise you that. But the biggest thing you can do for yourself is establish your own business. That's where that big business theory comes into play.
And it's so people also think like, okay, that's just your job. Hey, it's not. Like more often than not, we're not getting paid. So we're getting back from a show at 3 a.m. He has to wake up in 5 hours and go to work for 6 hours.
Yep.
Like, so it's not just training show. It's your physical job, training show. So like there's not very much time for downtime, but we've also come to learn like downtime means you should be doing something else.
Yep. Whether that's going to the gym, watching wrestling, whatever.
Yeah. And
or going online and buying a TSF T-shirt,
dude,
that kind of.
I'm so glad he gets.
There's 3 of them, so like it takes a while to add them to your cart.
Yeah, but you want to get all 3.
Yeah,
why would you not? It's like collect them all. You know what
I mean? I have all 3. Do you have all 3?
Of course I have.
Yeah.
All 3.
Come on,
have all 3.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
It just when I the QR code on the business card, genius. And
his idea.
I spent 15 minutes looking at the 3 shirts, just being like, "Oh my god, which one do I want?" I mean, that was 15 minutes right there.
Exactly.
And you just can't. I mean, you just can't decide. So you just might as well buy all 3, and then you don't have to decide.
Exactly. Yeah. You end up really happy.
Yeah, and that was a great idea by Hunter. We had both gone home, just took a little break for a week. We didn't happen to have a show, so he went back to PA, I went back to Jersey, and he was like, "Hey."
So I don't want it all on myself. You were the one that wanted to do the business cards. So that
wasn't it your idea?
The business cards were your idea. The QR code
was your idea. Okay, 50-50 TSF. Yeah, just 2 smart friends.
Cool.
So and that's how we came up with it. It was just kind of something because we have the designs on Pro Wrestling Tees, but we didn't have physical shirts at the moment. So this was kind of like a bypass and just something to give the fans to remember us if these stupid fans are too cheap to spend $10 on a TSF autograph. They can take the business card. They can go home. They can spend $60 on TSF shirts, which we really appreciate.
Yeah.
But it was something to get us by in time being, and it's been very helpful for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I as soon as you hand me the business card, oh my god, like this is such a good idea.
Yeah, because who's doing that? Like no one's doing that.
You got any on you right now? Actually,
I have a whole box right behind.
Where are they at? I'll go grab them.
Right there on the record player. Do you know what a record player is?
What's a record player?
Yeah, it's a thing we used to listen to back in my day. There's
Really?
Big discs. Okay. You put them down. You put the needle on. It plays the thing. We didn't have iPods.
I actually came out of the womb with an iPod in my hand, so I don't know what that is.
You know what I'm dealing with? Jesus. Do you even know what a record looks like?
No.
Jesus.
There are different size records too.
Yes, there are different size records. Is that one not open?
Nope. Oh, there you go.
Look at that. Pull one of those beauties out.
So these are actually the business cards that we do have. Our beautiful logo right there.
Yes, obviously. Made by my good buddy who I met in college.
So that's that, and then it's a QR code right on the back. You might be able to just scan that on the live too. Honestly,
just hold it up real quick. Just hold it up.
Yeah,
if anybody would like to scan that, go ahead. That'll take you right to our Pro Wrestling Tees. And even on our Pro Wrestling Tees, we have our social media links. So not only does it show you our shirts, but it shows us what we do on an everyday activity as well.
Just big business guys.
Yep.
I mean, you guys it's just like everything all in one shot. Your shirts and your social media. Like, if anybody can't find their way around it, then they're, we can't help them.
Just stupid fans, just the stupid fans.
Those stupid fellas.
You get it.
Oh man, I really wish I would have counted.
Oh, I've tried. I lost count. I think I'm at like 15 myself.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna, when I post this, I'm just gonna tell people to just take a shot every time there's a little acronym in there of TSF, and we'll see how long they last.
Oh, we condone drinking, but we don't condone alcohol poisoning. You'll be gone by the 10th minute of the show.
Yep. You take a shot every time you hear something TSF related. Boom.
Yeah, we'd be on the floor. 1 tequila, 2 tequila.
We actually do a thing too when we're selling our products. If people can guess what TSF means, they can get a free picture of our sexy faces. But nobody's been able to figure out what it means yet, so we haven't been able to do that.
Let's just hope they don't watch this video.
Yeah, they'll be trying to guess, and we'll just be racking up the cash.
Yep.
Ain't that right, Mr. Kitty? That's our cat. His name's Kitty Omega.
Yep.
I see what you did there. I'm a big fan.
It was our roommate, Cat Spencer's. It was her cat first. He's now my cat, though. He loves me the most. That's why he's sleeping.
I swear to God, my cat heard you say cat. He's at the door meowing right now. He was not doing that before until you said that. So
yeah, she is. She came up with a great name. We actually have another name for a cat that we would like to get eventually. Okada. So we have Omega and Okada. Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, she used to, RIP, had a cat whose name was Kata Ibushi. So she had the Golden Lovers. Fantastic.
It's just majestic. That's all I need.
Yeah, just give it up. Just give it up. This is great naming right there.
Would you say Kitty Omega is the strong feline?
Oh, I see. I like it. I like
He did
it.
the thing.
I saw the confusion on your face for a second.
like,
You were like,
oh,
I don't
I
get it, but you got it.
I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, I threw it out there. I thought it was going to be like one of those things where it just didn't land, but you know.
Oh, you land and you freaking hit a home run out.
Yeah, hey, if this was Denny's, that would have been a grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Michael Scott.
There you go.
Yep.
And we're gonna wrap this up, but I started the Chasing the Graph because I wanted to talk to celebrities and athletes about their autograph experiences. Try to bring something different to the sports world. And one of the questions that I always ask people, and I'm going to ask you guys, and if it has to be uncensored, it can be uncensored. Can you guys think of anything that together or individually that you've autographed or signed that would probably be weird or out of the ordinary?
So it's not my autograph. I used to work. I'm not gonna name the team. I used to work for an independent baseball league team, and they had a plethora of, let's say, a very famous person's autographed baseballs. Hey, that person had died a long time ago, and they're still giving out those balls. They're not autographed by the guy. Just saying, some of you out there might have person X's autograph, but it's signed by me.
But hey, it's going to be worth money because
Well, I mean, they'll never know. They'll never know.
That, oh my God, that's nothing short of amazing. That's
silly fellas.
Amazing.
Oh man.
Again, another one. Not for myself. One of my good friends who I worked with at this team. We were interns. We didn't look like athletes. We had convinced kids that we were on the team, and my friend gave them an autograph. We were the jobbers doing the YMCA on top of the dugout.
Yep.
And they got his autograph.
Nice. So for me, I could say I work at Olive Garden. I'll give them a little shout out right now. I work at Olive Garden.
I love it. I love Olive Garden.
Oh, of course. You gotta get your Italian food in.
Nope. That's not Italian food.
It's
not
insult to him.
It's not Italian food.
He's like 110% Italian.
It's
I
fast
got like
food Italian.
25% Italian in me. So you get it. So I'm a host at Olive Garden. So I was just sitting there one day, and a guy comes in, and he goes, he seems to recognize me. I'm like, hey man, how are you? And I talked to him a little bit, and he's like, oh yeah, I've seen you on AEW Dark. Wow. He's like, can you just? So that's just an crazy experience for me. I'm just working, doing my job that usually I don't get that interaction in, and some people actually notice me. So he went and autographed, did my thing there, took a picture with him, all of that stuff. So that was the first really crazy experience that I've had with an autograph.
Yeah, but besides that, I mean,
humbling too.
Oh yeah, he told me. I was like, "You're kidding me! That didn't actually happen." And they sent me a picture. I was like, "Oh my god, that's the coolest thing ever."
Yeah, because I can imagine how just going from being in training and just putting yourself out there to having people come up to you in a completely different setting that is not a wrestling venue and be like, "Oh my god, you're him! Like I've seen you before."
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's exactly how it is. Like, oh, you know me? What?
Me?
Yeah, I'm nobody.
I'm just here to give you your spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, you love Italian food. That's how you know me.
Yeah, you're used to being like, "Is my table ready?" And they're like, "Hey, I know you.
You can follow me. I'll take you right this way."
I mean, but hey, GPW on August 14th. Bring whatever you want. We'll sign it.
Exactly.
As long as you pay, I'll sign your baby's forehead. As long as you give us $10.
Yep.
Make sure you sign it in Sharpie too, so it's really hard to clean off.
Yeah. I mean, why would you want to get rid of our autograph?
Yeah, exactly.
The baby's gonna be like 19 years old in college, and the professor's gonna be like, "What is that?" And they're gonna be like,
"When we sign something, the signature is fortune. It's a fortune.
It's a fortune.
TSF, that signature is a fortune. That's like 20.
Yeah, we're clocking it up. I'm so impressed.
I can't believe we're so there's a Twitter exchange between me and Carly Bravo. I think it's like 10 tweets long. And the only thing we're tweeting at each other is like an acronym for TSF. But it's a legitimate conversation only in TSF acronyms.
That's nothing short of amazing. It's majestic and it's amazing.
Yeah. Nothing. It's, just never short of fantastic.
I really appreciate you guys coming on, and it was such an honor to meet you guys Friday, and I'm really glad we did this.
Of course.
And
Yeah,
for
thank
everybody
you.
watching, yeah, and for everybody watching, follow them on social media, Twitter, Instagram. Go buy a shirt, go buy 3 shirts, go buy like 15 shirts as Christmas presents because I know they'll make a wonderful Christmas present. And if you go ahead and get it now, 20% off your Christmas shopping is done. So
there you go. There you go.
And like we said earlier as well, make sure you follow Chasing the Graph as well on every type of social media you can do. It was a pleasure being with you today. Hopefully we can do something in the future as well.
Yeah, we would love to be on again. Like you said, please buy our shirts. Every shirt you buy is another drink that will go in our stomach after we're done with this interview.
Yeah, and not to, extend this whole thing, but that's another thing like I was going to touch on earlier is merch sales are so huge for you guys, the shirts, the pictures, all of it is so huge for you guys because I know there's a lot of people that use their merch sales to fund their merch sales basically.
That's essentially what it is.
Yep.
And sometimes, like we said, we don't get paid on shows, and it's not anything against a promoter or anything, but you have to have a tryout match. Like, so we get it. Like, we understand that completely. Like, you don't want to pay for something you don't know. Like, why would you buy a product not knowing what it is and then expecting to pay high quality for it? So going to these shows and selling our beautiful faces on T-shirts and on 8x10s is how we make a living. It's how he looks so good. His beautiful haircut. It's how we afford our gym memberships that are clearly working for the both of us.
Oh yeah, we're freaking champions.
Clearly.
Look at that.
Oh, wait.
There we go.
One more time.
You want to rip those shirts? You do that one more time, you might have a tank top on, bro.
Hey, make sure if you do come to one of our shows, make sure you bring that Sharpie friend.
Heyo. We have Sharpies.
Yeah, like I said, I really appreciate you guys doing it. It was an honor and a pleasure, and we will absolutely do it again. And if I can ever help you guys in any way, I will be more than happy to do it.
This right here is a big help.
Yep.
This was, it was someone we were looking forward to this all week. We're very happy that you were able to, we were able to come on and you were able to interview us, and it was nice meeting you in North Carolina. We're really happy we got to do that. And hopefully we get to see you again sometime soon. And,
absolutely.
Hopefully the Jets beat up Carolina on September 12th.
As a Panthers fan, it's going to happen. I can't even be like, oh, my team's good. But
I might be at that game.
Oh.
It's not that far from here. Me and my dad go to every first Jets game of the year. Usually we do every home opener. But Carolina is a lot closer than MetLife would be for me this year. So,
yeah, I'm only like an hour and a half from Charlotte, so
it's not that far from here. It's like 3 hours. It's a hop, skip, and
that's not bad at all.
That was a very old person.
But that's how we got to Charlotte last time.
The hop, skip, and a jump?
Yeah, remember? Charlotte's right around the corner from Flowery Branch. This guy.
That's going to do it. I really appreciate you guys again, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And just whatever you do before you go to bed tonight, buy some TSF shirts.
And don't forget the name.
Exactly. Don't forget it.
And just one last time, what was that link again?
I forgot. www.prowrestlingtees.com/tag TSF.
Tag.
Yep.
TSF.
Yep.
Tag TSF with that 20% off promo code.
Using code summertime, all caps.
Hey, and while you're there, check out Dean Alexander's store. He's got a great shirt up there. Who else has got a great shirt? I don't know. Alan 5 Angels of the Dark Order. Go get his shirt too.
Support wrestlers.
Yeah,
the Renegade
Havoc,
Twins,
Hayden Back,
Cat Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was there Friday night too, and I was like, I wouldn't go anywhere. I wouldn't go within like 50 feet of a ring she was in, like just not gonna.
Yeah, I try to. Whenever she's here, I stay in my room. She scares me.
Yeah.
That scary female.
Yeah.
That scary female. There it is. Everyone have a wonderful weekend, and be sure to follow them on social media.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for having us.